everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my brows. Are you seeing my brows here? You see these lovely, very, very filled in makeup brows? Yeah, I do this every single day, as I know many of you do too. In case you didn't know, it is my least favorite makeup task. It is my most inconsistent makeup task. I feel like my brows just have a different day every single day. There's a million products that we've used on our brows in the past. And it also is the longest step in my everyday makeup routine. I can easily spend like 10 minutes filling in my brows and it absolutely drives me crazy. So much so that for the most part, I remove it out of my YouTube channel videos because when I'm sitting there filling in my brows, getting ready for a video, I'm usually swearing and getting very angry. And yeah, the brows are a little, they're just a little spot of annoyance for me. And listen, I acknowledge that I have been blessed with rather long brow hairs. I'm not saying that I don't love the natural shape of my brows, but there's just many a bald spot that I'm consistently, daily filling in and fixing. And today I'm gonna discover if there is a more permanent solution to that could perhaps free myself of this daily anger and frustration and time spent laboring. So come along with me today for the adventure to see if we can find out if this is in fact true. So here in the beautiful Langley, British Columbia, lies a studio named Studio Sashiko. And the owner and tattooist extraordinaire named Shaughnessy is going to be tattooing my eyebrows today. This has been something that I have been thinking about doing for years. I have been following Shaughnessy in particular for years. I know many people who have gone and been blessed and touched by her beautiful hand. I've had to cancel appointments previously with her due to previous lockdowns, but after 2 years of trying, today is finally the day. Shaughnessy is an exceptionally talented woman. If you don't know who she is, she specializes in cosmetic tattooing, but as well as areola tattooing. She creates and tattoos areolas for those who have had breast surgery or mastectomies and just does a lot of good in the world. And her artistry, her talent, the eyebrows that she creates, the areolas she creates, like, I'm obsessed with her and I've never actually met her. I'm so excited. I'm gonna head into the studio now. I'm gonna be meeting her for the first time and I'm going to be getting a semi-permanent cosmetic tattoo on my brows. Even though I do have more full brows, it's always something I've considered doing to just save me the time of filling in my eyebrows every day and to just wake up and not have to think about it. You know, like semi-permanent and permanent makeup is something that I've always found very fascinated. Like when people get eyeliner tattooed, people get their lips tattooed on, like they get blush, like I think it's called lip blush, where they get their like a tint on their lips or they tattoo the outline, and you just think like you do the same things every day in your makeup routine. Why not save yourself the time? Now, I love to switch up my makeup. I love to change between colors. Like I would never tattoo eyeliner on my eyes because that's not a style I wear on my eyes every day, but brows I fill in every day, and it's absolutely something that I have considered for such a long time, and I'm so excited to finally be doing it today. So I'm going to take you in the studio. We're going to meet Shaughnessy and we're going to do it, fam! I'm in the hot seat. Here's the before. Wow. No, honestly, it looks amazing. Hello. I am home and back from my appointment, and I am ready to give you all of the deets. So first of all, Shaughnessy was more amazing than I could have ever imagined she would be. She's just the cutest little person, the best hair. She has such amazing style. Her husband was there. They own and run Studio Sashiko together, and it was so great. She was just like so welcoming and warm and lovely, and I felt very comfortable. And considering how much I hate needles, she made it a very pleasant experience for me. So she kindly corrected me. It's microblading. To be honest, I'm not really, like, in terms of the science behind how micro inserts ink and how a tattoo needle inserts ink, I mean, it's tomato potato for me. Either way, I just see something stabbing into my flesh and inserting ink. So I was there for a total of 3 hours, and when I first got there, we talked through like the design, the style that I wanted. I showed her my reference photos, and then I laid down and she mapped out the initial look of what she thought that I wanted, and then she uses just like a little charcoal pencil, fills it in, we look at it, she's like, where do you want the gaps, blah blah blah, how do I want my arch? And the main like areas that I wanted to pinpoint were these front pieces of my brows that I fill in absolutely every day, and then I also have just some like bald patches like right here in my arch, and then a few sparse areas that I wanted to get filled in. And Shaughnessy is just like the ultra magician of microblading and doing that like really fine feathery brow look, which you guys know is how I love to fill in my brows. So I was so excited when she did that initial like stencil on my brows. I literally was like, oh, can we just leave them like this? Like, this looks amazing. It's a black pencil that she uses. But even then I was like, yeah, you made it look great. I don't have black hairs in my brows, but like, I'll take this dark brow, sure. And then once we're both happy with how the brows are kind of mapped out, then we put on the numbing cream, and I sat in the numbing cream for about 15 minutes, and then she just hopped right to it. She's got a cool little pen. She was dipping it in the ink, making little micro slices in my brows. I was completely numb in terms of pain. It was a 0 to start. And then I felt like as the time went on, like an hour in, it just started to kind of feel like a bruise. Like, I've never had a big tattoo. I've only ever had like my little tiny tattoos that are over in like 5 seconds. But the feeling that I got from it, like even though it was numb and I couldn't feel any like direct sharp pain, it just felt like someone was like scratching a bruise. It just kind of got a little bit raw feeling. So I'm such a baby. I'm not good with pain. I'm not good with these sharp objects. And for me, it was like a 0 and then maybe like a 4 of not even pain, but just like slight discomfort where you're just like squeezing your butt cheeks together. Like, I just want this to be over. And then it was done. That was it. She patted it with some wet paper towel and I was good to go. She gave me a really cute little aftercare card. Here are my rules for aftercare. Very, very cute. This is the Studio Sashiko cat. And so a few things that I didn't know, and I should have known perhaps before, is that you're not supposed to sweat for 2 weeks after. So does that mean I'm not working out at all over the holiday? Like, RIP to my Peloton streak. No sweating. You're not supposed to get any sweat or any, you know, oils. Pretty much just leave your brows as dry as possible for up to 2 weeks. The brows are going to peel. So this is immediately after. This is how the brows are looking. It's quite red. I've got a lot of redness. Obviously, I've just had a blade slice into me multiple times. But other than that, it's been about an hour and a half since I got them done. And I'm feeling 0. Like, pain is 0, negative 0. Like, I feel nothing on my brows. Like I said, well, at the last like little bit, it was a bit raw, but that was it. And hopefully you guys can see that all of these sparse areas on my brows are just filled in. She did say that right away, like right now and during the healing process, they are going to be a little bit more dark and more bold than the final color. So the final color is going to really nicely like match my brows, but for the first couple days she said they're going to look pretty like shockingly dark, and then once the like peeling and the scabbing fades and the wounds are healed, then it's going to lighten up. And she said that you're going to want to go in for a touch up to get them darker because you're going to have been used to seeing them so much darker during the healing process. And even on here it says now they're so light. So these are the brows. I'm honestly so thrilled. And I know that this might seem like super random for you guys because have I talked about it? In my memory, I haven't directly talked about this. It was kind of something I had kept to myself because I've actually been trying to get an appointment and like do an appointment with Shaughnessy for over 2 years. So this has been an appointment that I have been waiting for so long. I've seen so many people have like amazing success with the brow microblading, and I just wanted something really natural. I wanted it to look like they normally do when I fill in my brows, but obviously perfected, and like she's an artist, so it looks so much better than anything I could have ever filled in with my own pencil or or like a brow pen or anything, and just kind of like eliminating that step and that time for me when I'm getting ready. Like, other than that, there's not really much to say, I guess. Like, I'm curious to see how the healing process will go. I'll update you guys on Instagram, but even now, like, someone just responded to my story asking what's the difference between microblading and brow laminating, and I'm like, well, it's a completely different thing. Like, the laminating just lifts the brow hairs that you have, and that's something I can totally do in the future, but for the microblading, it's physically drawing in hairs where there aren't hairs. So Shaughnessy sees a lot of patients who are, you know, going through chemo and losing their hair, and they're able to tattoo and create these very natural looking brows, and she just does so much good work. She's just such an angel. So microblading is an amazing option if you're, you know, going through something traumatic like that, or if you just have more sparse brows that you're wanting to fill in, if you want some thicker brows, if you want to change the shape of your brows. Like, there's so many options out there, and obviously, like, this is the one. I mean, I've been following Shaughnessy for so long. I know people who have gone to her, and I've been following her page forever. So she was definitely just like, you know, I was zeroed in on her and her work. I've not really explored other options, if I'm completely honest. I just knew I wanted her hand hands to be on my eyebrows. And I'm so happy it's done. I mean, now it's gonna be like a few days of waiting for the final result to come in, but your girl's gonna have some full brows. So once the healing's all done, I can take a look, see if I want to get any other places filled in, if I want them thicker, if I want them to be a little bit darker. And then on their website, and obviously she mentioned it when I was there, but you go in after about an 8-ish weeks period, and you can go in for a touch-up, and then I think it lasts like 1 to 2 years. It kind of varies on your skin and what you put on your skin type, and how much time you spend in the sun, so it kind of varies for everyone in terms of fading, but I imagine that it would be like a yearly touch-up, just like many other like laser treatments and facial treatments and whatnot. So we'll see how they turn out and how they last and how they fade. I'm super curious to see how this process goes, but for now I need to keep them as dry as possible, because if there's too much wetness or sweat or oils on them, the lines can basically just like spread and connect, and they won't be as like fine and defined. So we don't want that. I don't want a little soup. So friends, that's pretty much it. That's my microblading experience. Here's the brows. I'll have final results, I suppose, to show you officially on the gram sooner than later, but in the new year you'll see these full fluffy brows, because I also can't put any products in it during the healing process, so I won't be able to put my brow gel in to like slick it up and give it its full feathered effect until the healing is done. So I look forward to embracing my bushy browed life in 2022. What do you guys think? If you have any other questions, if there's anything else you want to know, I hope I covered everything. But if you have any cues, let me know in the comments below, and I will do my best to get back to you and compile any remaining cues. But that's it. Let me know what you guys think of my brows so far. They're looking very red right now. But we will heal. We will get there. Shaughnessy Studio Sashiko, I love you. If you have the absolute honor of being in the presence of Shaughnessy, her studio is in Langley, and then they also just recently opened up a studio in Los Angeles. So if you're in the LA area, or if you're in the Vancouver, Lower Mainland, Langley area, that's where they can be found. I'm super excited. I've been wanting to get this done for a long time, and wanted to bring you guys along for the journey, obviously, as I always do. There's only a few videos left of Landmas everyone, so I'm going to bid you adieu for now, and I'll see you all tomorrow for a new Landmas video. Love you guys. Thanks for being here. Bye!